Good morning. I started at 5:50 this morning. Had a pretty good night last night. It was really warm. I was able to see the stars through my tent door. I was a little bit dehydrated, I could tell. So I'm hiking down to the water this morning. It's 2 miles to the water. I can hear some water, but it's pretty far down the hill. Anyway, the goal today is, if we're able to do it, is to do another 17-mile day. But this one has a lot more elevation, over 4,000 feet of elevation. Whereas yesterday we only had about 2,500 feet of elevation up. So we'll see how that goes. If we don't do 17, there's other places we can camp. But if we can do 17 today, that means we can get into Snoqualmie Pass tomorrow with only 7 miles into town. We heard that it's supposed to be about 5 degrees cooler today than it has been, which would be that would be a big relief. We've just been suffering from this heat. Anyway, it's my favorite time of day to hike. Early morning, it's nice and cool. No sun to burn my skin. I think John's right behind me there. Dan's still packing up his stuff. Okay, so I'll catch you later down by the water. We made it here to the stream and we stopped to get water, and it's a pretty big stream. Let me show it to you. So I crossed on these 2 logs here, but it looks like they're going upstream to find a place to cross up there. I just didn't feel confident boulder hopping on this. It's pretty shallow right here. I filled up my 3 water bottles and I'm ready to have breakfast. Good morning again. We just stopped and had breakfast about 10 minutes ago. 2 of the guys, Payday and cameraman, didn't want to have breakfast, so they just went on ahead. And then Wanderer, Huckleberry, and I cooked breakfast, including hot coffee. I had biscuits and gravy, which I shared with Huckleberry. It was pretty good. It was a big 1,100 calories, so I shared it. It was pretty good, along with coffee. So the next 2 miles is pretty level before we begin our next climb, and so we should be good. The water should be pretty easy today, and there's hoping that it won't be quite so hot today. But it's 14 from here it's 14.2 miles to our destination. We've already gone almost 3, so we'll see how we do with that. I guess it's a lake called Mig Lake, where there's plenty of campsites. There's even a couple of porta potties at the lake, one at each end. So that's our goal. As I said, the next 2.2 miles is all pretty level, so I can record. When it's uphill, I really can't because I'm breathing so hard. Here's what it looks like around here. Last night was pretty warm. I had to unzip my sleeping bag and kind of try to stay as cool as I could. Peter woke me up this morning at 5 a.m. So Peter woke me up at 5 and we got rolling about 5:40, which is pretty good, and I like that, doing that. If we can keep on doing that, that would be great. The sun's just coming up and it's nice and cool. Anyway, I'll talk to you on down the trail. Bye. This was our 4th day out of Snoqualmie Pass. The first 3 days after we left Snoqualmie Pass, we were hiking in a heat wave in the 90s. So this was the first day where we could actually find some relief from the heat. 4.4 miles to camp, mostly downhill, a little bit of uphill left. We just did a pretty big uphill, a lot of steep switchbacks. It was a 1,000-foot climb, but we got to the top of that little pass and came upon this beautiful lake down here. We've got some more switchbacks down here. So I'm gonna have to turn this off so I can navigate carefully without slipping and falling. That's the danger on these downhills, is falling. We made it to Mig Lake, 17 miles. Huckleberry and I were the last ones to make it. And one of the reasons was because we stopped and picked huckleberries. This is Huckleberry Heaven. There's bushes everywhere. And they're full of plump, ripe, sweet huckleberries. Let me show you what this Mig Lake looks like here. And I'll show you where we're camping. That's the lake, kind of a shallow, warm lake, and there's quite a few campers here. I'd say there's probably at least 12 to 15 tents set up in this surrounding area. This would turn out to be our last full day on the trail. Tomorrow we had an easy 7-mile hike down into Snoqualmie Pass for our final day on the trail.